Hi, my name is Maureen and Today FM rocks in Mombasa.
Bola, my name is Mark. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks in Makassi.
Hey, Bula from Rockawaki. I'm Mentor. I love listening to Today FM because they're playing my hits. Today FM rocks.
My name is Enrico. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks in Suba.
Hi, I'm Asrika and I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Siva. I'm from Bath. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, FNPF buys 20% shares in EFL. Drugs targeted in nightclub spot checks. And soaring crime rates worry church.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Teva Endura.
The National Provident Fund has bought 20% shares in Energy Fiji Limited, worth $220 million. Speaking at the signing ceremony for the partial divestment of shares in EFL, Minister for Economy Ayaz Said Qayyum says this marks a milestone achievement for both organizations. 40% of EFL shares were available for divestment, and Said Qayyum says tough negotiations were made to ensure a successful outcome. FNPF will now own 100 million shares from the 500 million shares issued. Other conditions were part of the negotiated terms.
FNPF now, of course, will sit on the board of EFL. They'll have at least one board member as long as they own 15% of the shares in EFL. EFL will continue with its non-commercial obligations, but capped to the value of $22 million, which is the figure that EFL spent in non-commercial obligation space in 2018.
Said Qayyum says this is a phenomenal step taken into the energy sector in Fiji, and this will also open up capital markets to allow more private sector investments. Former Suva lawyer Shazran Abdul Latif has been further remanded by the Suva Magistrates Court. Latif was produced this morning charged with being in possession of illicit drugs for the 5th time. Catherine Krishna was in court and files this report.
Latif was arrested following a raid at his house in Nailuva Road, Suva on Wednesday last week. Latif was allegedly found with white substances weighing 0.063 grams, which later tested positive for methamphetamine, and dried leaves that tested positive for marijuana. In court today, defense lawyer Filimoni Vosarongo submitted that the drugs were found on the 2nd floor of his house in a room which did not belong to Latif. Defense also submitted that the rooms were occupied by Latif's friends during the raid. He also argued that his client had not breached bail conditions, as the references made by prosecutors to previous cases have since been dropped by the DPP's office. Vosarongo also informed the court that his client was not charged and produced in court within 48 hours of his arrest, and that there is no concrete evidence to prove that the drugs belong to Latif. Police prosecutor objected to bail on the grounds of seriousness of the offense, submitting that the accused had been released 4 times and has a total of 5 cases of being in possession of illicit drugs before the court. Submissions were also made that the accused, who had been a lawyer for more than 30 years, had re-offended every time he was released and has made a mockery of the judicial system. Prosecution stated that the former lawyer had no respect for the court and the decisions made. The court also heard that the likelihood of Latif re-offending was high and he should not be granted bail. It was also revealed in court that Latif's practicing license was cancelled by the chief magistrate in April this year. Latif's bail ruling will be delivered next Wednesday. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
In an effort to tackle the increasing illicit drug problem, nightclub operators are assisting police by carrying out spot checks. Down Under Pub Fiji owner Chris Cook says their security officers have been briefed on what to look for. Cook says the drug problem is a serious concern and they're strict on ensuring that not a single sachet ends up in the club.
You don't want your bag searched, you don't come in. We're searching for knives, drugs, all sorts of things. So it's an issue now, the drugs. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse.
Meanwhile, Deputy Police Commissioner Rusiati Tunrabu says spot checks in clubs are part of their night operations. The Methodist Church has highlighted that rape, aggravated robberies and drug cases are the top 3 offences that land most of its members in prison. Fiji Corrections Service Chaplain Reverend Chosepa Tikunatambua says the church is alarmed by the increasing number of members being incarcerated over the years. Delivering his presentation at the annual Methodist Conference yesterday, Tikunatambua revealed 685 members of the congregation are serving time compared to 654 last year. Tikunatambua says so far this year alone, they've recorded 238 members serving time for rape, 118 for aggravated robberies, and 41 for being found in possession of illicit drugs. Single mothers who graduate from the Solo Mums Project are given assistance to start up their businesses. International Needs Fiji Executive Director Tomasi Raivu says during the 3 months of training, the women learn how to bake, cook, sew, and also learn jewelry and handicraft making. Raivu says this gives them a stable standing in their communities. He says while some of these women have used the assistance to start their own businesses, others have gone back to complete their education.
Basically, if you are doing skills on either baking, sewing, cooking, we provide a startup pack based on your choice of skills. And we give it to them if they meet all the requirements of the program. There are certain requirements in the program that they will need to meet.
The Real Estate Agents Licensing Board will introduce exams for the key players involved in real estate. Board Chair Abdul Hassan says the key players include agents, salespeople, and branch managers. He says this is being done as the agents lack proper qualification, and this is becoming an issue for the board. Hassan adds some real estate agents are not even following the law.
The main problem that we're facing is that the lack of education by the agents, the salesperson, and as you know that if you do not have the proper education, then you do not realize the consequences of breaking the rules.
Fiji's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Nazat Shamim Khan, has been appointed the chair of the Working Group on Trafficking in Persons at the United Nations Organization for Drugs and Crime in Vienna. Ambassador Khan says her appointment reflects the significant progress Fiji has made in strengthening and implementing strong anti-trafficking laws and policies. The working group was established to strengthen international compliance with the Protocol on Trafficking in Persons. The next meeting of the group will be held next month in Vienna to focus on crime prevention and legal strategies to improve compliance with the protocol. More retail shops, facilities for guests and apartments are on the expansion list earmarked for Port Denarau Marina. The port is a transportation hub for around 65% of all tourists to Fiji and is going to get bigger as it heads into its 20th year of service. Managing Director Nigel Skeggs says the new developments have already begun.
We are building new facilities, reception facilities and laundry facilities, showers, etc. for our guests. We're expanding our offices. And then hopefully over the next year or two we have a large future development site in the middle of the marina where we're currently looking at building some more shopping malls and also some apartments as well.
Coming up, Mata ready for first World Cup and Vindiri confident of Fiji's chances. Stay with us.
Ako Tabua, aku do talitay na warong na Bula FM, nambando na sir.
Bula, ang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka, nanregen go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo atibyo ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusur.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry yang may lambasa. Do warong ng Bula FM nambando.
Bula FM nambando na sir.
Known for his superior offloads alongside Leone Nakarawa, Flying Fijians flanker William Mata says being selected to the Rugby World Cup squad is a step further into his rugby career. The Edinburgh Pro 14 Player of the Year and one of the 4 Olympians in the team, which is a historical achievement for him, Mata says he now looks to create history with the Flying Fijians. He adds Edinburgh Rugby has helped mould him into a better player with the help of his coach and former England loose forward Richard Cockerill.
Yeah, it would be something great for me, and to be part of this 15-team strength to make history in the World Cup would be something more special than achievement I've got so far.
The Flying Fijians will depart our shores next week for the Pacifica Test match against Tonga that will be played in Eden Park, New Zealand. Former Flying Fijians and All Blacks winger Choeli Vindiri believes Fiji can do well at the Rugby World Cup next month. Vindiri says Fiji has a good team that can turn the tables in its pool. He believes the Flying Fijians may be hiding something which they will reveal at the World Cup.
If my theory, if my understanding is right, I think they're still hiding their best for the World Cup. But I hope they do, because against Australia and against Wales it will not be easy. But if they can hold on, if they can contain the power of the Australian pack and the Wales pack, I think we will do well in the World Cup.
The Wallabies have unveiled their World Cup squad with a few surprises. The 4 Fijians who have forced their way in the Wallabies' 31-member squad include Samu Kerevi, Issei Naisarani, Tevita Kurinrani and Marika Koroimbete. All Blacks wing Rico Ioane has assured fans that he's okay. After being dropped from the last Bledisloe Test, Ioane will return to provincial rugby this weekend for Auckland. Rain disrupted the first day of the second cricket test between Sri Lanka and New Zealand in Colombo. Expect overcast skies and an increasing chance of showers this afternoon and tonight. More of the same this for tomorrow, with the chance of rain increasing during the day. And that was your FBC News Now. Remember to join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Safe weekend. Good afternoon.
My name is Neha and I'm from Kadavi. And Mirchi FM, it's hot.
हम आंचल है नसोरी से मिर्ची एफएम बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में Mirchi FM सबको इंसान and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suva. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.